Yeah, so I just okay, so it's not specifically for me, but I have like a lot of close people I would say that's in this situation. And I do just kind of want to hear it from a man's perspective. Because there's a lot of controversy around this. So how do men honestly feel about dating women with children?
Men with kids or without?
Well, I guess you can do both.
Most men don't prefer women with kids. Now, the woman in the hold on, Roy. The woman in the comments finna be like, my auntie got a kid and she got a boyfriend. Most men don't prefer women with kids. And the reason why most men don't prefer women with kids is because usually it comes with a lot of drama and mess that we don't want to be attached to. Now, men who have children, obviously they're more likely to deal with a woman with kids because people with kids tend to date other people with kids, right? And that's with anything. People who are rich tend to date other rich people. People who are overweight tend to date people who are black tend to date other people who are black. People tend to date around their class and their status and what they operate in. So if you're a Christian, you're likely won't date an atheist. You understand my point? So the same thing operates when it comes to children. So you're more likely to date a man, or you didn't say you, but hypothetically, if a woman got a child, she's more likely to date a man with a child. But the thing is, it comes with a lot of mess and drama. And what I mean by that is, if I'm a man who doesn't have children and I'm trying to date Royal, and Royal has 2 children, not only do I have to deal with Royal, I have to deal with 2 children. Now, I'm a man, so I'm going to be judged on my ability to provide for you, Royal, and protect you, and just deal with you, be a leader, be a decision maker, all of these things. Not only do I have to deal with it with you, but I have to also deal with it with your children. So that's more money I'm going to spend, more time, more effort, more work that I have to put in. Now, what I'm not saying is women with kids, they don't have a father around and they just expect a man to come in and just start paying for everything. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that's something I'm going to be judged on over time, right? So even with that, I'm not only going to be judged on that, but a lot of women with children don't want this man that they're dealing with to discipline these children. So you want the father and the fatherly role and the male role to only be when it's beneficial. So I want you to pay for shit. I want you to be around my kids and help them take them to the baseball game and all that. But then I don't want you to discipline them. And I didn't say abuse. I didn't say whooping them and beating them. I said discipline. Discipline can be just a simple correction. Discipline can be, no, you're not doing that. Discipline can be anything. But even if you do give me the discipline, Royal, guess what I got to deal with? Your baby daddy. He may not be okay with that. He may not even like me for absolutely no reason. He may not like me. Not to mention that, you're not going to have availability that I will want. So if I say I want to take you on a date or I want to take you on a vacation for the next week, you might have a job or whatever if you don't have kids. But if you have a job and you got kids, that's going to make it even less availability that you're going to have. So I'm never going to be a priority over these children, which I shouldn't. And I have to take on a big burden of another family that I did not create. So, and then it's also this protection factor. And that's the last point I'm making. I'm going to let you go. It's a protection factor I got to deal with too. So if I'm dealing with you, let's say you and your baby father don't have a good relationship. And let's say you drop your son off to your baby father and he call you a bitch and smack you. I got to go either beat his ass or take his life, or he going to beat my ass or take my life. Now let's reverse the roles. If I'm dealing with a woman and she's an ain't shit baby mother and I'm talking to you and I drop my kids off to her and she smacked me and called me a bitch, you don't have to protect me physically. You may want to beat her ass, but I would never allow that because I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? It's not your job to protect your man physically. So there's things that men have to deal with, y'all don't have to deal with. The financial and the protection factor. Everything that you do dealing with a man with kids is just an extra. It's just if you feel like it.
So do you think it can kind of partway be a rivalry thing with the other child's father that men don't want to deal with?
I wouldn't say a rivalry. I would say that there's a ego thing in the sense of the woman and the children and what's allowed. I don't think it's a rivalry. I think it's a normal feeling that you have as a man. If I have kids with a woman and she's allowing this other man to discipline my kids. I don't know this man. I don't know he could be the greatest man in the world, but I don't know him. So I'm already be like skeptical of allowing that or being okay with that. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say a rivalry. I would say it's more so just a level of men being territorial over things that they care about.
Yeah, kind of like 2 lions. It's only one leader of the pride. Yeah. So one last question. So the women who are in these relationships with these men, do you believe the men are being disingenuous if you're saying like that's how majority of men think? Or do you believe it is men who accept the full package?
You doing the same thing that a woman in the comments was doing, respectfully. I never said, okay, you just asked me a question.
I'm being genuine. I know, but
I want you to listen to the question that you asked me, though. Repeat the question that you asked me. Repeat it.
I said, do you believe that the men that they're with, are they being disingenuous if majority of the men feel that way? Do you believe they're just acting like it's like, oh, I'm cool with it, but deep down, he's not really taking her seriously is just for fun? Or do you think it is men who actually truly accept the full package?
Well, you asking me two separate questions. You asking me two different questions. Those aren't the same thing. You asking me about is men being genuine with that, or do men want to deal with the woman and is he genuine? And then do men want to? Well, I'll say this. Let me take that back. I'll say this. Because if initially you was asking me about, do men even want to deal with these women or not? Like, is it all or is it something? I never said it's all. Most men don't want to deal with women with kids. Most don't. Most men don't want to deal with women with kids. That doesn't mean that there are some that do. Most just means above 50%. That's all most means. That means more than likely. That means what the average is. But of course, there's men that want to be serious with women with kids. Of course. I just said it's men with kids. It's men without kids or with kids that will deal with women with kids. I'm just saying most men don't want to. And are they being disingenuous because of the situation? No. Because, is it men that deal with women with kids just for sex? Yeah, of course. They want to waste their time and just deal with it.
I basically was asking because, like I'm saying, I'm hearing it from a man's point because a lot of times, women, we're very easily swayed by our emotions. And I feel like we're very easy to be taken advantage of when it comes to an emotional way. So what I was saying is being as though you're saying majority of men really don't prefer to deal with women with children. The men that the women are with are a lot of them being disingenuous. So that's what I kind of was asking.
I get what you're saying now. Yes. Yes. Now, let's add on to this too, Royal. Not only is it because of the kids, but it also can be because of her attitude. It could be because of her looks. It could be because of her lack of femininity. It could be for the fact that she doesn't listen. It could be a multitude of things. And men will still deal with that woman just for sex. So it's not just the kids. She got a whole bunch of other shit that's going against her too if she's not handling her business. So if she's an unattractive woman, she's severely overweight or just overweight in general. She don't go to the gym. She don't eat right. She got a bad attitude. She's not feminine. She's not soft. She don't cook. She don't clean. She don't have no skills. She's not nurturing. She's not submissive. She just have this just crazy, I want to go out. And she got male friends and she drinking and she smoking and she doing all this other shit. Yes, nobody's going to want to be with that woman.
Okay, thank you. You answered my questions.
All right, you're welcome. I appreciate you coming up. That's funny, man.